drops on Thursday night.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans.
Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Dak going to start out going to the air.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll try and run forward with Elliott. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. There's Prescott. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, Some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Prescott to throw it. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected,
Here we go.
a lot of hype comes with it. And sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
11.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas.
Here we go.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. Burrow looking to pass. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find it.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charge. A free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Prescott on first down.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. He juked him, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, you don't become a two-time rushing champion in this league without being able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott does just that on this latest run.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
A first down carry by Elliott. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Prescott now. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Schultz.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Eddie Pinheiro on now.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
On 1, ready?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
11 MT, 11 MT. 11 MT, take. 11 MT, take. 12, 12, 12.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. To the air again, Burrow. He's got Thomas yet again complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
Neville Gallimore on the stop.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Burrow. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Try to get that one to Chris Olave.
And it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Thomas brings it in. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
11, 11, 11.
Burrow will throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman from a yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Prescott looks to throw on first. James has got it, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw on target to James.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Looking to throw. Prescott to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man Lamb. It's complete.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
That's going to be caught. Touched.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yards.
And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On 2.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. In motion left is Thomas.
11 MT, take. 11 MT.
On 2nd and 10.
Burrow. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11, 11.
Now Burrow on first down.
Slant pass complete to Olave.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
1-1, ready?
From the third team now, they work on first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown!
Chris Olave.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Again, it's Kamara. Pushes past him. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott.
They'll get this down to the 38.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On play action, Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 38 yards.
And the Cowboys are back within a score.
Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
On 1, ready?
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
11 MT, 11 MT.
From the 24, Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, have your fun. All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here we go with Kamara. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Inside give to Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott from 17 yards out.
And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Saints 21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now they're in the hurry-up. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. Now it's Burrow.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching